Well, y'all, my computer. I call it my computer. It's a camera. But I call it a computer because it acts like a computer. Alright, so I'm going to finish my liner. I think there's a big difference in a line dye and a non-line dye. Especially when you have this light of a color shadow on. Which again, today we used the what am I trying to say? The Sigma Face Palette. Just to see if we could. There we go. Laying it flat on the lash line. And backfilling the color in there. The one thing I will say about this product, y'all, is it is so forgiving. Though, because the brush is not a felt tip, it moves with the pressure you put on. This is the DHC Liquid Eyeliner EX, and it's from the Perfect Pro makeup part of their line, DHC. You can look up dhc.com and get this, and I highly, 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 if you have a hard time doing a liner, get this. It will make it so much easier. I need to even these up is what's happening. Look more evened up now. I think so. I don't feel like I did very good on the inner corner here. Let me line that up a little better. There we go. There we go. Now I thickened that one up, so I thicken this one up a little. Just a little. There. That's enough. I feel like that one's a little too high. What do y'all think? There. I connected it. Whatever. Alright, so we already pre-curled our lashes, so we're going to be using... What did I just do with it? Did it fall somewhere? Oh, there it is. I'll put it back in the cup. So this is the Big Colossal Big Shot. I am going to be doing a comparison video of mascaras. And I got my all-time favorite, which is the Rocket. These are Maybelline, both of them. 2 new ones of that. And then along with an all-time favorite, and I think this is a cult favorite at this point, and this is the Lash Paradise, Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. And then I think that'll be it, because I was going to compare it to Chanel, but let's just keep it at drugstore brands. And also, y'all know the other one that I highly recommend is the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions. It's just a mascara. It's not really extensions. But it's got a like a rubbery texture, sort of like the IT Cosmetics Superhero. And what that does is it kind of stretches and almost acts like a waterproof. Nothing's like waterproof, and I'll tell you why. Waterproof dries really fast. It also has, I think, wax in it, is it? But so it's got more memory to what you're doing. Like right now, those are going to stay up better than if I had used a you know, why bother to do your eyelash curling if it's not going to stay? And I'm coming really slow to make sure I get covered on all sides. And remember, tip the end over here towards your ear and over here towards your nose. And that just gets a really nice fan effect. Then I'm going to wiggle down. Wiggle down right at the root. Just hit the root, wiggle down. And what you're doing is just combing through, getting both sides of the hair. I don't have much hairs. So it's really important for me to get really good coverage. And that's why whatever mascara I pick out, remember, one other thing, don't go in and out, go round and round. If you go in and out, you take air back down in there. People say you take bacteria. I'm like, bacteria is touching your eye. It's going to have bacteria, period. But it's your bacteria, so that's not as bad. Never share somebody else's mascara or any eye products. Really, I don't share any makeup. It's funny, likes my makeup, I go buy it for them. So you really like this mascara? Let me go buy you a tube. But I never will let them try mine or use mine, because it will, that can cause a problem. because you never know what your eyes got that your eye's dealing with just fine, but if it was on somebody else's, it wouldn't be. I just blinked real hard and it transferred below. The best thing to do is use one finger and push up, and it'll come off right on your finger. Okay, and again, we're pointing this towards the nose right there. This is straight up right through here in the middle. Then out here, you're going a little to the temple, and out here to the ear. Then what are we doing over here? Getting that tight edge there, wiggling down, wiggle right at the root. Put a little pressure, wiggle, down, wiggle, down, wiggle down, wiggle down, down, wiggle down, wiggle down, 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 wiggle down, down, wiggle down, wiggle down, down. Okay, now I'm going to tip the ends. So squint to pick the lash up so it won't hit your cheek. And I'm literally like drawing a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You are literally painting each little lash that you have. Ones. And yes, I do recommend as you get older to continue doing your lower lashes. I don't know who started that saying it looks younger. It doesn't. Younger kids are saying that, which is so funny because they wouldn't know they're old. They're not old yet. They're wrong. I don't care if you're a makeup artist, you're wrong. Just look at somebody. Don't they look a little younger to have little lashes there? Marilyn Monroe did that, and but she had a very heavy winged eyeliner, and people weren't really looking a lot at her eyes. She was a sex symbol. They looked at her big overdrawn lips, which was fine then. It's fine, and now people do it now. Again, I'm doing ones straight down with the tip end of the wand. And what I'm doing is just giving coverage, making sure there's mascara on each one so it appears to have more volume. You're not going to ever get more volume this way because you have the number of lashes you're always going to have. They can grow back in and therefore look fuller depending on what season they're in. Because your lashes do actually, you know, come out. That's what they do. They replace themselves though. Just as you get older, they don't always as much. And that's what gives the appearance of thinning. You still got the same number of holes that the hairs come out of. It's just they don't always keep coming out of them. Okay, so we're tipping the ends of this again. Oops. Man, I'm doing a lot of boo-boos today. Sorry, you guys. Tip to the ends, and now we're coming base to the end again after you tip. What does tipping do? It just adds volume on the end so that your lashes really show up better. And again, we're trying to give the illusion of volume with product. And I keep making boo-boos. I don't know what my problem is. So, that's the look of it. I'm going to do the other one. When you pull out, see how it leaves extra product on the end? That's what you're tipping with. Now, for some reason, when I crimped today, my lashes did not do good. I'll just tell y'all that. So, they're kind of looking wonky. I'm really having to be very careful how I come through because of it. Because what this does is it leaves a lot of, when you tip out first, it leaves a lot of, gotta separate that, it got gooped. It leaves a lot of excess product on the ends so that when you come through, it has a really nice effect. But if they're bent, like mine are, it's not quite as nice of an effect, I will tell you. How's that? I think that's going to be the best I can do today, y'all. It's these little lashes right here at the front. They just don't want to do right. And I got a dot there. I want to comb through too fast. If you comb through slowly, you'll have better placement. So that's the end look. What do y'all think? So this was using a face palette on my eyes. And just in case you're on vacation and you just want to take one thing, you can take a blush palette. And this is a blush contour. And that's what we used. And so for the underbrow, we use this highlighter and we use that on the inner corner. Then we use this shade and this shade as a transition and the darkest shade in the crease. And the darkest shade is almost copper. It is not blushy, as you can see. Then we use the Pinkin blush and the Spice contour. So that's the look. And then I have on two different foundations that we're going to test out. On this side, we have Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer on this side of my face in the color Light. And on this left side of my face, we have the CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. They both have anti-aging products in them. I do feel like I look moist on both sides. Look right there where you see the shine on both sides. They're both a color light. They look similar in the tube. This one to me looks a little more yellow. This one looked a little more beigey green. So and that may have been the color corrector. And what the color corrector does is the green cancels any red look under the eyes or in the face. And the yellow cancels any blue. So it'll be interesting to see which eye looks better. Even though I didn't put it under my eye, I used, I got all the way up to it though. I used the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Miracle Eye Wand, and I am going to go get a full coverage of this sample. A full size from the sample, and this is color number 2. I do love this because one end of it is moisturizer, the other end is coverage. It says Lift Under Eye Cream and Soft Focus Eye Brightener. And I do like a light eye brightener versus a, or illuminator versus a concealer, because concealers conceal, so they're thicker, like if you're covering a zit or some sort of imperfection that you want to cover. A brightener just uses a lighter formula, and you don't want to put heavy formula right here on your eyes, y'all, because it's setting your wrinkles. The more you put on, the more you're going to wrinkle, because that's what a wrinkle looks like when you look at it on the skin. Like the skin's like that, a wrinkle is a divot. So if you put product in there, it's just making it wider and wider and wider, the more heaviness you put in it. That's why when you use like a silicone-based primer, what it does is it fills that, but it's super light, but it makes it look like that. So you don't see that wrinkle for a while. It wears off during the day. We all know that. It's just what you look at is which products stay on the best and which ones don't look so heavy, but do provide some coverage. So that's the quandary. Does it provide any coverage? Or are you not going for coverage? You're going for light versus dark, shadows. Are you doing shadows?